what's up you guys, this is Rob from Guy Plays, and today on the Daily Grind, we've got a little bit of a stream of consciousness episode going on when we talk about all of the upcoming things this next month has got to offer. When I was actually looking back at this current month, I was like, God, there really wasn't that much going on. I think the only thing that we really picked up was the Aclex Prime and the Taxion, and I was a little bit like, holy shit, I didn't realize that we were on such a bit of a content drought. Until I realized, I started thinking about it, and I was like, holy crap, next month is going to be a bit insane though if you really think about it, because at the very, very end of this month, we've got Banshee Prime, which is going to be the 28th. So technically, I mean, it's the 28th of February, I'm counting it as, you know, part of March, because it's literally the last day of this month. But even with that kind of like on the loose, there's a whole bunch of things to kind of parse in your head, because March is looking to be a bit crazy. Let's see if we can get some sorties done. Let's see what happened. Yes! Alright. So first things first. Now, of course, on our minds, we definitely have the Limbo rework that's coming up. They said that that was hitting QA, so they're probably going to do a couple run-throughs. So, but I wouldn't be surprised, because it looked pretty workable from that very, very first, you know, from our very first look at it. I mean, it looked to be functioning. It looked to be functional. I think now it's just kind of like number crunching, as if, you know, should certain things cost energy? How much energy should it cost? How much energy should it costs? That's terrible grammar. But yeah, so we've got the Limbo rework coming up, and which I'm very, very excited about. I don't think it necessarily solves all of his problems, but I definitely think it's like a thing. So that's one of the big things. The next thing that we've also got on, the loose is going to be the new Chroma Deluxe skin, which I am super, 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 super excited about. I want to see it in action, to be honest with you, because as it stands, it's kind of, I want to see what is it called? I want to see it when it is when he's, what's the word I want to call it? When he is in, effigy, when he's using his effigy form. That's definitely what I want to take a look at and see kind of how he looks in there, because that's going to be, you know, I mean, I was a big fan. I've seen his little chromatic butt before, you know. I want to see what it looks like now. Does it look good now? I don't know. We'll find out. But we've got that coming up on the loose, and I can't wait to see the Greatsword either, because that'll be kind of like, it almost looks a little bit like, how do you say this? It looks kind of, I've been watching Game of Thrones, so it looks kind of like a barbarian weapon. I was about to say it looks like a Dothraki weapon, but of course, you know, it's not nearly as colorful. I'm sure maybe that's the color scheme we'll go for with Chroma. We'll see if we can make him Dothraki Chroma. That's what happens. I've been binge watching Game of Thrones, and it's like I said, oh, I'm only gonna watch the first season. We'll be fine. The first season, that's all you need to watch, and then you'll try to get into it. But yeah, so I'm definitely excited about that, to see kind of like what's gonna happen with the Chroma Deluxe skin, especially when it comes down to the effigy portion. I wonder if they're gonna change any of the ways that his powers look either. I mean, I don't know, and I think it's just going to be a great looking skin overall. I know some people were not necessarily super fond of the way that it looked, but me personally, I was definitely excited. Wah, 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 wah. And yes, you do have to make these noises when you are when you're doing this. It does not count. It does not count unless you make those noises. I think there's a switch that I can hit to not get electrocuted, but whatever. So there's that, and then following that, of course, you know, if we're gonna stay within the fashion frame world, if you think about it, if you really think about it, they've also got the next round of, what is it called? The next round of DE. Oh my God, what is it called? The deck stuff. All the decks. You know how they have like the anniversary stuff. It's how they have the Proto Excalibur, and then they have the decks. Oh my God, the dual. Oh my God, the double swords. Oh my God, you guys, the Dex Dakra. There you go, the Dex Dakra, the Dex Furious, and the Dex Siberis. How we've got all of those going. So that's going to be the next thing, and I'm really curious to see what that one's going to be, because I'm kind of thinking in my head that it might end up being an armor set. Really, that's the number one thing. It's either going to be an armor set, or it could possibly like be a sentinel, because they did say that this time around it was not going to be a weapon. So for all we know, or maybe it could be a skin for sentinel. I don't know. We'll have to find out. We'll have to find out when that comes out. But honestly, my bets right now, my two big bets, are either SANDR or armor. What? 2 years later, are we done? Are we done? But yeah, so that I'm definitely, like I said, I'm definitely betting on Syandana or armor set. And then of course we have Warframe. Now Warframe we haven't necessarily seen too much of. We've seen what the visuals for the abilities look like. But for as far as I know, I mean, we've seen pretty much what Warframe can do, and we saw that it had effects and kind of like buffs and whatnot going on in its abilities. So most likely we're gonna see it sometime next month. And I was like, this is a lot of things to like put out for the month. But if you really look at it, oh shit, this is like locked out and shit. Oh, I forgot this is sortie. No, don't die. All right. Leave everybody, just find the panel. I know this does not help my, what is it called? My reputation for not reviving people. Oh my god, can you just let me out? This does not help my, reputation for not reviving people. I'm like, listen, I'm goal oriented. There's things that I have to do. Alright, so Future Rob here, fresh off of our Lunario victory on primetime, and there were so many amazing people in chat cheering for us and whatnot, so I felt the need to spread the love with some glyph code. So pick that up here if you guys still need that. And I also wanted to mention one thing that past Rob did not pick up on. He doesn't know this yet, so please give him a little bit of a break. But we also got to see previews for the Helmet Charger on the last dev stream, and the model for that is already done. So legitimately, all they have to really work on are the precepts, the new precepts that they're going to decide on them. And I think that there was talk about like a grapple mechanic, and that there was also going to be something else. So 2 abilities, I don't necessarily think that's going to be a massive thing that they need to work on, but if they do manage to get the chance, we may actually see that before the end of March. There's a lot of things to promise. Don't hold me to it, but you know, it's a thing that's close. That's what this whole video is. It's just like all the shit that you should be expecting sometime soon, because February was pretty much dead. But there's a lot of things that are upcoming, so I hope you guys are excited about them as I am. And if you guys didn't get to check it out live, you can check it out on the YouTubes, and I'll go ahead and leave a link for that in the description box below, or on Twitch. I'll link that too, because the chat was amazing and I saw all of you guys in there. So enjoy, and I guess I'll go ahead and toss it back to Pastor Rob. Bye. But yeah, so we're gonna get Warframe, and I'm thinking like that's gonna be a pretty insane month if we get Banshee starting everything off. Which is so Banshee's actually gonna come out, I believe, Banshee always comes out, Prime Access has always come out on Tuesday, by the way, so, or at least historically, they have always, come out on Tuesdays. So if you guys are ever curious, always remember, be ready for the Tuesdays. So that's gonna be on a Tuesday, and then, so that'll be the beginning of the week. And then we've got 3 other weeks with the Limbo rework, the Dex stuffs, and then the Chroma armor, the Chroma Deluxe set, and then Warframe at some point. So we've got 4 weeks filled with like a lot of content, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm kind of really psyched, because like I said, this month really hasn't been too much of anything except for the Aclex Prime and the oh my god, baby's first Warframe, and Taxion, which was adorable, but it really wasn't anything that was necessarily going to change the game. Now, of course, we have fashion frame editions, like the Dex whatever's coming out, and then, of course, the Chroma armor set, and then we've got 2 frames. 2 frames, and here's the thing. I bet you it's 2 frames and, like, sets of, well, 2 frames, a weapon, another freaking Sentinel, and then Warframe and whatever weapons she ends up coming out with. So I'm like, that's a whole lot of stuff to cover, and I'm kind of psyched. I'm sad that February just hasn't been as like crazy a month. But I am excited to see what's coming up, and of course, I need to repeat, this is all my own speculation. This is just kind of like the way the gears in my head are turning. I'm like, alright, so Warframe should be coming along, Limbo was in QA, alright, the Chroma skin was almost done. Ooh, and we'll get the new photo booth thing, and they're going to be showing that tonight. on the devs, not dev stream, but on primetime. So yeah, so I'm kind of excited for all of that, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see what ends up happening with all of it. I think that next month I'm gonna be a little bit driven crazy. So if I'm a little bit nuts, I am very, very sorry. And I know that I should not be jumping aboard the hype train, but a part of me is like, the hype trains are coming. The hype train feels like it's gonna be there. So I hope you guys join me for all of that. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch yo body. I'll see you guys next time. And let me know if you guys are excited. Are you guys kind of buying this? Do you guys feel like it's close to? Or am I nuts? Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.